super soldier and a guy in an armor suit. Like, there's nothing realistic about this movie.
There's literally a fat god in this.
There is a fat god.
I could see how people would be pissed off about that. But we're not here to talk about that.
No, we're not here to talk about Fat Thor.
No, we're not.
We're here to talk about the whitewash masterpiece that is Ghost in the Shell. The real movie. Coming up next.
So, 2017 brought us
yes.
live-action Ghost in the Shell
Mm-hmm.
with Scarlett Johansson in the lead role as the Major. I gotta be honest with you.
Major.
I actually was a big fan of Ghost in the Shell, the anime.
Yeah, me too.
I really liked it. But I only watched the one show. I didn't watch Standalone Complex or any of those spin-offs.
Okay.
Which Wikipedia has told me it's just a reboot type of thing.
I did watch the sequel. What was it, 2.0?
Yeah, 2.0.
Yeah, I watched 2.0.
Yeah. I loved Ghost in the Shell, though. I loved it so much that when I came across Battle Angel, I was like, ooh, that seems like a ripoff of Ghost in the Shell. So I never even watched it at all. And I'm talking about the anime. Like, I never watched the anime movie or anything like that. Really wish I did. I really, really wish I did. So I watched it when it came out, and I since watched it last night for this Camcast, and it is surprising to me how my feelings on it are exactly the same. Okay? It is visually amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Okay? The fight scenes are awesome. So good. I love Scarlett Johansson in the role. I think everyone does a really good job in the role. Yep. It's just a shame that the story itself, for the most part, boring.
Is a lackluster. It's very...
Like, it's really by the numbers. It's literally
the trailers made it look like it was going to be a big action movie, and it's...
It made it look like it was going to be a big action flick, but, like...
It tried to do the Blade Runner thing, but it wasn't as interesting as Blade Runner.
Yeah, because the story was like, she doesn't know who she is, so we'll find out who she is. Oh, and the bad guy is kind of a bad guy, but not really a bad guy. We'll find out about him. And will they or won't they hook up? And I was like, I don't really care. Yeah. Can we just get to the really cool fight scenes?
Will the guy with the weird eyes feed more dogs?
Yeah, exactly.
Because I love that scene. I do love that scene.
Yeah. I also like it when he gets the weird eyes and he's like, hey, so you do me a favor? Feed the dogs for me? I don't want to freak them out. She's like, always. I was like, that's cute. That's really sweet. The chemistry with everybody was really good. It's definitely, like, even watching it now, it was definitely a movie that I really wanted to like.
Yeah.
More than I did. Because, like I said, like, first of all, the world that they're in is amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
visually just awesome. Very, like, cyberpunk style.
Which I'm a sucker for cyberpunk, which is probably why I like anime so much, because there's a lot of that cyberpunk stuff.
Exactly.
Which is also why I both want to see live action Akira, but I also don't at the same time, because, like, even just in the anime, and they didn't touch upon the entire story of Akira, but just that alone, the way they did everything in like the late 80s looked absolutely incredible. So I feel like if you're not gonna, like, I know, like, they don't want to do a shot-for-shot remake, but I feel like this is one of the few instances where you should do a shot-for-shot remake for the most part without changing too much.
Yeah, you really can't change too. I mean, they're gonna have to change some with Akira.
Some of it,
just because modern audiences, they're not gonna get it.
But then again, that's kind of part and parcel with my thought, where, like, this isn't necessarily a movie for mass audiences,
right?
So it's like,
but at the same time, this could be a big budget movie So would they make it knowing that?
But that's
the
what I
mass
mean. Like it's a catch-22, right?
It's like Dune, like the big Dune movie coming out. It's like it's costing a lot of money, and really,
you're gonna have to dump a lot of money in this to make it look great. But I mean, at the same time,
like a $500 million opening weekend, because
like hope that you make your budget back.
Yeah,
and maybe don't leave too much open for a sequel. You know, like
which is a problem with a lot of these movies.
Oh God, yeah.
All these movies think they're the new franchise, and they have those cliffhanger endings. And if they don't do well, you never get to see the end of the story.
Yeah, exactly.
So frustrating.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay, so this is directed by Rupert Sanders, who did Snow White and the Huntsman. Have you watched that?
Nope.
That's a really good movie.
That's what I heard.
Yeah,
I heard
it's actually really good.
That was
I wasn't expecting it to be good.
Prequel, right? Sequel prequel?
Yeah. It's got Kristen Stewart and Chris Hemsworth and Charlize Theron.
Or is that just the updated Snow White?
It's an updated Snow White.
The Huntsman.
The Huntsman was a sequel.
Sequel prequel.
Without Snow White.
Okay. Anyway. Okay.
Okay. So yeah.
Visually, it's amazing.
He did a great job.
And you're right. Like I just caught your note there where you're like, it's creepy. Like it's actually quite creepy.
It's very creepy.
The geisha robots were horrifying.
They're scary. Like when you're looking at them, they're blank face. They're like, that's creepy. But then their faces open up. You're just like, oh!
Like that shot where she's like, got the one dude and she's up on the wall.
Yeah,
I was just like
crawling like a spider. Yeah. Yeah, it's creepy.
Oh my God.
Like you would not want to see that thing crawling out of the dark at you.
No, not at all. Not at all. I thought like whitewashing aside. But the thing that bothers me about it, though, is that, like, so...
I have the quote right here.
They actually make a point of explaining that, like, she's actually... Japanese. It's just...
Her spirit is in this...
Yeah. Her ghost in the shell is actually her.
Yeah.
It's just the body reflected is of the makers, and I was like, that's actually a really good point that they didn't have to put in.
Yeah.
They didn't have to do that whole plot line. That's the only plot line in the movie that I liked was the one with the mom. That was the only one that I liked because I was like, oh, that's kind of neat. Even though it's a retread of like, who am I? Which is kind of interesting because when we talk about Battle Angel, it's a very similar plot to it. There's also kind of like that Pinocchio-esque thing that Japanese love. They love that Pinocchio trope. Where it's like Astro Boy, you know, which is totally
I want to be a real boy,
totally Pinocchio. And then here you got an aspect of it. Battle Angel, same thing. You got an aspect of it, but I mean, I will say though, as much as I found the story to be lacking, everything around it was so good that I was like, I'm still like, I want to finish this though.
It's one of those movies that's so visually stunning that you can still stay engaged with it.
Exactly. Like the fight scenes are fucking amazing.
The fight scenes are insane.
So
the way they're shot
good.
And just
that fight scene where she's in her Invisus suit in the water. I was like, that is so good.
Really clever fight scenes.
Oh, like so good, so good.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I think it's a cool sci-fi action movie. It doesn't have a lot of replayability. It's something like I'll put on to like. It'd be a good demo. It could be a good demo, right?
It would be a good demo,
hey,
even though it's like 3 years ago.
Check out this Ghost
in the Shell 3D. The special effects still hold up really nicely.
Yeah.
But I think, and this is kind of where the flip is with like Battle Angel, is where here they almost threw too much money at it because it didn't do anywhere near as well as it should have.
No, this was made for 125 worldwide. It only made 169 or 70.
Yeah, exactly. So it didn't even come
which is marketing cost, so they made no money.
So they didn't even break even.
Yeah.
Right. Or they may have broke even. No.
Maybe made something.
That's
not much.
No, they couldn't even. They broke even. If anything, they broke even.
They would have made money off home video sales. Though.
Yeah, they would have. So. But even then, it's not enough. So in this particular case. I will say that I like that it's not an open-ended...
No.
As open-ended as it could be. It's basically just like, you know, I mean, obviously she has a relationship with her mom now.
Yeah.
Spoilers. And she's still in Sector 9. Spoilers. Right? And that's it. So you just kind of go, okay, you know, you can just assume that other missions happen and that's that, right?
Yeah.
Whereas Battle Angel's a little bit more open. But they also did the flip where I don't think... they pumped as much money in there as they could have.
In Battle Angel?
Yeah, but because they weren't thinking of it as... They were looking at this and probably going, yeah, but that one was supposed to be a slam dunk. Because this was supposed to be a slam dunk.
Yeah.
And
but they were really depending on Scarlett pulling it through because...
Yeah, but I don't see any issues with her at all.
Lucy was a surprise hit. So I think when Lucy was a hit, they were like, wow, this is going to be a hit.
That's true. That's true. But...
I still can't fathom how Lucy was a hit.
Yeah, I know, because I remember, like...
Big money.
And I remember thinking to myself, like, between the two, I'd actually say... Because I've watched this one more than I've seen Lucy.
Mm.
Lucy, I liked.
I liked it right up to the fucking crazy ending.
Yeah, once it cut to the last 20 minutes, half hour, I remember just being like...
Oh, she's literally becoming a computer.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, okay then.
You're really stretching my abilities to believe the ramifications of one's mind.
Yeah.
The untapped potential.
Can transform your body into a computer system.
Although, having said that, I mean...
Yeah. I took a drug and now I'm an Xbox.
It's bordering on Akira.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But...
Luc Besson does like to borrow from things.
He's a weird dude.
Yeah.
He's really hit and miss.
Mm-hmm.
But he's at a point
More miss
now...
than hit.
But that's the thing. He's at a point now where I'm like, don't throw too much money at him anymore.
Yeah.
You know, like...
Well, Valerian was a bomb.
And Valerian was good.
And they threw a lot of money at that.
They dumped money.
Oh, yeah.
They parked dump trucks of money to his house. I will say that
Valerian's visual effects are some of the best I've ever seen in a movie ever.
Valerian is a great movie.
Yeah.
It's actually a great movie. The only snag I have with that is DeHaan.
Mm-hmm.
Dane DeHaan, is that his name? He's not the swashbuckling lead.
Why would you dump $200 million on a movie with Dane DeHaan as your lead?
He's not the swashbuckling lead.
No.
You know?
At all.
He could be the quirky sidekick. He doesn't have to be the bad guy all the time.
In fact, what have you seen him in since that? I'm pretty sure that put his career on pause for a couple of years.
Yeah.
Because people were like, well, this guy can't make money.
You know?
Now you're a secondary character for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Look at that Cara Delevingne or whatever. Yeah. She's doing the TV show now with Orlando Bloom.
Possibly gorgeous in that movie, though.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, she's gorgeous, period.
Yeah.
When I watched that movie, I was like, holy
like, otherworldly.
Fuck. Like, why?
Like,
is this even possible that you're this gorgeous?
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
It is ridiculous.
I would punch a baby just to make out with her. That's how gorgeous she is. I will up the ante. If I had my own baby, I would punch my own baby.
Punch your own baby?
In the face so it knew I did it. So that years later...
Your baby be smacking you.
When my baby goes...
How'd you do that to mama?
I don't know. I don't understand. Why did you punch me in the face? I'd be like, so I could make out with her. And then my baby would be like, never mind.
Yes.
I totally understand.
Yeah.
I got brain damage.
Hey, Dad.
Because of it. Yeah. But anyway, getting back to Ghost in the Shell.
Yeah, we went on a weird little thing.
No, what it was is because we talked about throwing money at people, right?
Now I'm talking about punching babies. That's how things can switch.
I gotta be honest with you. That seems like a natural progression for a Geek Pants conversation.
Yeah. Money, babies.
Baby punch, making out with Cara Delevingne, or whatever her name is.
Okay, so Mamoru Oshii, the director of the original Ghost in the Shell, I love this.
Yeah.
Everyone was complaining about the whitewashing, and he gave his blessing and said, I believe having Scarlett play Matako was the best possible casting for this movie.
Well, I mean, who else would you cast?
It does come from the director.
Yeah.
The friggin'
like, the director of the original.
The original 95 movie, yeah.
The other part, though, you made a point there with the augmentation and stuff like that.
Yeah, I love that kind of stuff in movies.
That stuff's kind of really cool, too, because, like, we're bordering on getting to that point in real life.
Yeah.
Like, we're on the cusp of getting to that.
Augmentation, modification, all that kind of stuff.
Even just the stuff, like the level of prosthetics that are out there now.
Yeah.
That are getting to a point where, like, you're going to have a sensor attached and you'll be able to get fine motor skills. You know, like, so instead of, like, just basic this, you'll be able to go, like, hey, fuck you, man. You know? Right?
You could do that. That
right?
would probably be, I'd do that with my hand.
And but even just, like, the one shot where, like, he got the new eyes, and she's just like, is there Is there at no end? And he's just like, he's pumped. He's like, look, like I got night vision. I got like microvision and megavision. And it's like,
I look horrifying, but look what I can do.
Yeah. And then she's like, what'd you do this for? The job? That's all I got. Like, I got nothing else.
Yeah.
You know, and I guess at that point, like, you're already thinking about how do I get better at my job? I need new eyes. You pretty much, you're on a lock there.
Great score in this movie.
Yes,
Clint Mansell, Lauren Boff, both of them. And they actually borrowed elements from the 95 film for their score.
Which I didn't know. I did not know that.
Yeah.
Which
is very cool.
I hadn't rewatched that at all prior to watching this movie.
Yeah.
And even this time around, I was like... Because, like, it's funny, because then I'd have to sign up to, like, I think Crunchyroll, which is another streaming service.
Another one.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm like, I gotta pick and choose at this point.
I don't like that much anime to get.
That's kind of where I'm at. Like,
there's a few that I like.
I was never a huge anime fan. I like anime.
I got my handful of animes that I absolutely loved growing up. There's Ghost in the Shell, Akira, Vampire Hunter D, Blood the Last Vampire. I'm digging Attack on Titan. That's sweet.
Ninja Scroll. Holy
Ninja Scroll was awesome.
So good.
Yeah.
I've actually rewatched that one a couple of times.
Yeah, Ninja Scroll is...
Whew,
that is good.
Yeah.
That is
Vampire Hunter D, I always love when people like reference that one. That was a good one.
Yeah.
The
sequel
like
was
that.
amazing too. Bloodlust?
I don't think I've seen that one.
Oh, that one was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very neat.
Blood the Last Vampire was really good.
Yeah.
Really good.
Great running time too. It's like 65 minutes and it flies by.
And I also love like they make vampires look gross.
Yeah.
There's nothing pretty about these things. These are fucking monsters.
The live action movie wasn't bad either.
I wanted to watch it because I heard good things.
Yeah.
I heard it was one of those like it's better
I still
than
prefer
you think.
the anime.
Yeah, that's what I heard. It's not like watching the Guyver.
David Hayter.
Oh God. Man. And I actually watched. I watched Guyver 1 and 2. And if there was a third, because I think there was, I watched that too.
Just a big Guyver fan.
No, but the anime was really good.
When does he pull out the paperclip and he locks it? Oh, that's Mid Guyver. I'm watching the wrong Guyver.
Yeah, you're talking about MacGyver, not the Guyver.
This is bad.
Yeah. Guyver is just bloody Power Rangers.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Oh yeah.
Like so shitty.
Like,
so shitty.
It's worse Power Rangers, and Power Rangers was already pretty bad.
But they do a really good job with the body horror in that one.
Yeah.
What else do we got here?
Yeah,
I would say very faithful actually.
Oh yeah, beats Takashi Kitano. I love his acting.
Oh, yeah.
I was so pumped to see him in this movie because
the hair and everything, like
Zaitachi and Battle Royale, like. Those movies are awesome.
Yeah.
And so, like, to see him in here, that pumped me up.
Oh, yeah.
That definitely pumped me up.
The Coos character himself, I hated.
Coos, I didn't, yeah.
I don't mind the actor.
He was pretty weird. He was creepy, too.
Yeah, like, the actor did a really good job, but it was just, I think, because it's part of that storyline where I'm like, I don't really fucking care.
Yeah.
Like, that's literally, and I remember, like, even just, like, watching it last night.
Can you just show more scenes of Scarlett?
Yeah.
In the rubber suit.
Like, just one more good fucking fight scene, or even just one, like, longer scene with her mom.
Yeah.
I'd be happier than this, like, especially because they really played it up like a will they, won't they type of thing, unless I'm misinterpreting it, but I felt like it was...
No, it had that little bit of...
Well, it's not so much they were playing it up, it was like he was trying to get her, because he's like, we're the same, like, you and I were the same, and she's just like, no, we're not, like, I mean, yeah, we're kind of, but...
I'm way out of your league, go find some ugly...
Look, like, I'm a fucking cop here, I'm a high-level cop, like, I'm a counter-terrorist on the level of which we proactively preempt guys from becoming terrorists. I'm nothing like you. You're a fucking dirtbag hacker. Also, you're falling apart.
Yeah, you're gross.
That one part where he takes a section of her face off, I was like, I forgot all about that.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, that's gross.
That's what I'm talking about. Like, it's like this creepiness to it. I dug that. I did too. Like, there's parts of this movie that I really like.
Like, overall, it's a good movie. It's good enough that, like I said, like, I actually would rewatch this.
Yeah.
Definitely would rewatch this. But it's going to be one of those ones where there's got to be enough time in between.
Right. You know, same here.
It's not going to be like Endgame, where it's running every day that I work.
And you're never tired of it.
And I'm not like, okay.
Yeah, enough of this.
Can Tessa be gay now? Like, is she out of the closet?
Yeah.
Is that the deal? I will say though, I do really, really, really hate the fucking team female shot in that movie.
Yeah.
Because of how forced it was.
It's so forced.
It's like, because
like,
one, they have a shot.
For everyone.
They got a shot of like Pepper Potts' rescue way over here, and they got a shot of Captain Marvel over here, and then the next shot is all of them lined up.
Every single woman in the MCU.
It looks cool, okay?
It's a cool shot.
A fucking great shot.
You take a snapshot, you can make that your wallpaper.
It makes no sense, and it literally, like, even in the first time I watched it, I went, okay,
yeah,
all right. You couldn't figure out a more tangible way to do
none
that?
None of them know each other, so why would they all be like...
And that's another point, too. Like, none of them know each other. They just know that
everyone's
they're on the
popping out of different portals.
And they might as well just
You're not an ugly alien, so I'm on your team. Yeah. All right, let's go.
Yeah, exactly. So,
you have boobies. Let's do a shot together later on.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I don't know.
But anyway.
Anyways,
so
I have a very fond memory.
Okay.
A personal memory attached to this movie now.
Oh, great. Here we go.
Okay, here we go. 1 hour later.
I don't care. But you're the one who does the editing.
Adrian and I, in Vancouver, we went to our very first drive-in theater. I've always wanted to go to a drive-in theater.
No way! This was the movie you saw in the drive-in theater for the first time?
It was a double feature. It was Fast and Furious 8 and Ghost in the Shell.
What a weird double bill.
Yeah.
Really weird double bill.
They also had Get Out playing after that, but it was like 2 in the morning. I had to work the next day. So
I also would not have wanted to see that in the theater.
Yeah.
Like, actually watching it, and I want to do a camcast on that one and Us. I want to do a double bill, because I haven't seen Us yet, but I've heard nothing but good things.
Us is great. Ooh. Get Out is very overrated.
Yeah. We'll talk about that.
But, I mean, it's really cool, because you show up, you pay like $14 per head.
Which is actually not bad.
You go park, you can stay for all the movies if you want, or you could leave after the first one.
That's actually really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're like, hey, Ghost in the Shell looks pretty cool, let's watch that too. Now the really cool thing is, it was raining out.
Yeah.
Which was so cool to watch this in.
That must have been.
I had my wipers going, the rain was coming down, you had the creepy
So you get an
robots.
extra added visual.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yes.
It's a shame you had to sit through Fast and Furious 8 just to get to this.
Yeah, that movie was...
it's a movie.
It's a movie.
You know what it is? That's a movie, like, if people go, like if Martin Scorsese suddenly just decided, those Fast and the Furious movies are the leading downfall of modern cinema.
Yeah.
I'd be like, dude, what the fuck is your problem? Are you watching these movies thinking that they're going to be high art?
Yeah.
Because they're not.
They're not.
But if you shut your brain off, I guarantee you'll have a great time.
There is this street hustler in a car fighting a submarine on ice.
I love the fact that they have like a cop, like a high-level cop, who's trying to bust like carjacking thieves, right? Who also looks like he does nothing but eat steroids all day, all long. The Rock, right?
Yeah.
Like, The Rock's size now is like 2 of The Rock's when he was wrestling, doing steroids.
It's crazy, right?
Okay?
Doesn't even look like the same guy half the time.
He looks like 2 of him side by side.
Yeah.
Right? All natural.
You want all natural? Look at that.
Yeah. I know he eats a shit ton. He works out a shit ton. Don't tell me he doesn't do steroids.
Yeah.
But I find it funny how they'll attack Marvel movies. Okay? But the genre itself, like, let's be real here. We're lucky that we get really good movies out of these spectacle movies. Okay? Like, we talked to Avengers Endgame. That's a really good movie.
Yeah.
It's better than it had to be. Right? Like, it's a spectacle movie.
Yeah.
If you really sum it up, it's Cap Hammer, right? Avengers Assemble, kick the fuck out of Thanos. As long as you get those things right, everything else...
Which is all in the last half hour.
Right.
Of a 3-hour movie.
Everything else didn't even have to happen.
No.
You'd still be like, best movie ever!
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly.
And it's funny because they did the same thing that Batman v Superman should have done. Because Batman v Superman is very much a spectacle movie. They tried to put too much story into it.
Yep.
they cut it wrong too. Like 3 hours, they should have kept it the way it was. But anyway, without getting too bogged
100%.
down, I like that memory of yours.
That's my good memory.
It's a very good memory.
So, I mean, like, even though the movie is so-so to me, and same with Fast 8, should have ended with number 7, I have that great memory attached to it, so I'm always going to have that fondness of it.
Yeah, which I could see. I can see that.
And that was so cool, man.
It would be.
You go and you park and you
I
walk
love that
down.
it's like $30 and you can watch
3 movies or
3
one.
movies, which nets out to like $10. But either way, so $15 a movie, really. Plus, you bring your own food. You don't have to worry about shit.
Yeah.
You know?
And
hell, Adrian could have got smashed in the car because you were driving.
It was amazing. We folded down the back seat. We put a whole play area.
Hold on.
No. We put a whole play area for Penny.
Wait, what?
Penny.
Oh, okay.
We folded back seat so she could play in the back.
Oh, that's cute that she came with you.
Yeah.
Even though she's literally like...
And when else can you bring your dog to the theater with you?
That's true. Not that she gives a shit.
She doesn't give a shit. But
it was you know, I can see her just kind of being like, oh, Fast 8. What the fuck?
You know what? We took her to a lot of places in Vancouver just because it took so long to get places and go back.
I can see
So rather
that.
than keep her locked up for 12, 14 hours.
I can see that.
If she could come with us.
You don't have to. You don't have to.
Yeah.
You're overselling it here, pal.
I don't have a kid, so...
Who cares?
All my attention goes to my dog. Sometimes my wife.
But if you had a kid, you would punch that baby in the mouth just to make out with Cara Delevingne.
Yes.
Don't even tell me you wouldn't.
Yeah.
You would.
I mean, first of all, it'd be strange to look at a woman eye level and not have to look like this.
She's that tall?
She's tall. She's like she's towering over you, man.
Worth the climb.
Worth the
climb.
Oh.
She doesn't. I didn't think she was that tall.
She's tall.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Mm-hmm. She's taller than Dane DeHaan.
Oh, so they shot it differently then.
Yeah.
He must have had lifts.
Yeah, you look at them at like the red carpet, and he's like.
You know why? That's why because the way it was shot, they're the same height.
Yeah.
So that's why I thought she was short because I knew he was short.
Yeah.
I knew he was short.
Oh, she's tall.
Okay. She tall.
She tall.
She tall.
She tall.
So
that is Ghost in the Shell.
Yeah, Ghost in the Shell.
Good movie. It's a good movie. It's not a great movie, but it's visually amazing. I think it's worth a one-time watch.
100% worth the watch. I'd say watch it a couple of times because the special effects, like the special effects and the scenes are like rewatching a good movie because you do notice more.
Yeah.
Because there were stuff that I noticed this time around that I didn't notice the first time around. And I was only kind of half watching it this time. And I was still just like, oh, that's kind of cool.
It's very video game-ish.
Yeah.
Like, it almost feels like you're watching a video game at times.
I think that's probably
which isn't bad.
Why I enjoyed it more this time around in that sense.
Yeah, you look at it in a different mind frame.
Yeah, like I'm less critical, even though like I just finished saying like the story is still... But that's like a video game. Sometimes the story doesn't have to be anything other than what it is, but it's in between these fucking crazy cool levels. I love the way it ends, too, where she jumps off the building and then goes invisible.
Yeah.
That's a fucking great way to end that movie. That was so good. Like, yes, you had the touching scene with her mom where they're both just like, okay, this is it, and it's awesome. Yeah. Actually, I like the part where she goes to the apartment, and the first thing that happens, the cat's just like, oh, hey, Motoko.
Yeah.
What's going on? She's like, what the fuck? But it kind of weirded me out because she's like, oh, the cat doesn't really like anybody. Which I always love stuff like that. And then she's like, come on in, have some tea. You know? That part I was like, it's a little rushed because they had like 5 other stories to get to. So, you know. But anyway, thanks again for watching.
If you like this video, please like, share, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications. You can check us out on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. You can listen to us on Apple Podcasts, SoundCloud, Google Podcasts, and you can watch our awesome faces right here on YouTube.
Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you?
I'm Ken. That's Chris. And we love you.